Let me talk about a situation that recently happened. So I had um, someone who was very close to me for a long time. We lost touch, stopped talking. We got reacquainted, but I invited this person to my daughter's first birthday, but I hadn't seen him in a couple of years. Since then, she's 3. Um, they decided to tell me, oh yeah, back in the day, I want my boots. She kept mentioning her boots, but she would never elaborate. And I said, Cookie, what boots from years ago that I said, I think I had a pair of your boots here, but that was a long time ago. Mind you, this has really been years because my daughter's 21, so I have seen this person maybe 10 or more years before a few years ago. So she decides to tell me that, oh yeah, you stole my boots. You took them without my permission. I said, what? I said, first of all, I've never taken anything without your permission. You offer me things and I will take it, but I said, I've never just taken anything out of your house. What are you talking about? So she was like, oh, the day that my boots went missing, you were the only person in the house and they were in the hallway and they went missing. So of course, I'm pissed. I'm upset. She continues to tell me at least 2 more times. She reiterated it about 3 times that, yeah, I said no. I said, first of all, she said, oh, I thought maybe you just thought how you do with your mom. She lets you borrow things and you don't get them back. Or, um, I said, let me tell you something. That's my mom. That's my mammy. So yes, I have a relationship with my mom where yes, I will borrow her things or I'll call her after I borrow it and let her know that I got it. I said, but that's the relationship I have with my mom. I said, you're not my mom. I said, second of all, I wouldn't do that. I'm not a thief. So I just decided after having that conversation with her, I'm not picking up my phone. I don't feel like I need to discuss the situation further. You let me know how you feel. See, a lot of people feel like you need to keep explaining to people where they had you messed up at. See, I don't believe in that. Mm-mm. You let me know how you feel, and I told you that I didn't do anything like that, and you standing on that, then you keep that same energy. I'm not picking up the phone. So she decides that since I wasn't picking up my phone, she showed up to my house unannounced. That's an issue for me. I don't care if I never pick up my phone. You don't have the right to come to my house unannounced. I opened the door for her, and we never did finish the conversation after she left my house. That you don't do that. But if she calls me, I will let her know. No, you don't have the right to show up to my house just because I didn't answer my phone. And then she had the nerve to say, "Oh, you were ignoring me." Yeah. Didn't you let me know that you felt like I took something from you, which I know I did not do, and you stood on that? Well, I'm gonna stand where I'm at. I don't feel like I gotta go have a whole conversation and say, hey, don't show up to my house unannounced. Hey, I don't want to have any more conversations with you because you accused me of stealing something from me. I feel like, what would you expect? What do you expect? It's kind of hard for me to say. My cousin was like, maybe you should just tell her straight up. The reason I answer my phone is because you're accusing me of stealing from you. And my whole thing is, if you feel that way and you telling me that, why would you want to still be in communication or have any type of relationship with me if that's honestly how you feel? And you've been harboring this and holding this, and you finally decide to say something about it. And when I rebuttal that situation, you're going to continue on believing that. See, I don't think I always have to offer an explanation to people. That's just where I'm at. That's just where I'm at. And as far as people saying isolation is negative, it doesn't have to be negative. If you're not being depressed or you're doing it, you're not being productive, that's different. But if you're isolating to get yourself together, to level up, to get your life in order, there's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like I don't owe anybody explanation. So I would just say the same advice to other people. You do not owe nobody explanation. If they decided this is how they feel about you and they voice that and you guys talk about their situation and they still believe that or that's where they want, that's how they feel about you, leave them where they at. Do you know how much of a burden has been lifted off of my shoulder because I was worried about how people feel about me, who don't like me, who want me to do what, who feel like I didn't do enough. who need me over here to do this or this or this or that. All that people pleasing will get you nowhere. People will still dislike you. You can help them till you turn blue in the face. My thing now is am I okay? Is my home okay? I was living my life outward going inward. And that was the wrong way to live. I needed to live inward going outward. Making sure my mental health is good. Making sure I'm stable financially. Making sure I can do what I need to do for me and mine. And if I got something left over for other people, God willing, I'm not selfish, I'm willing to help. But nowadays, trust me, honestly, I would rather help somebody, a perfect stranger that don't know me, because I feel like they'll be more grateful. They'll be more receptive, you know, to receiving something from somebody that didn't have to be given. People who know you or who are familiar with you, they tend not to respect your personhood because they get for too familiar with you. It's good to keep some distance. You don't always have to be in nobody's face. You don't always feel like you got to have a friend group. You don't always learn how to be happy with yourself. Learn how to take that time to heal and to grow and to find self-interest in things you like to do to relearn yourself. I think the best advice I can give myself, and hopefully this, resonates with other people, is relearn yourself. Because after any type of abusive situation, one thing, as I started therapy, a therapist said to me, and I'm really trying to find the right person for me, but one thing one of the therapists had said to me, she said, if you ever been through abuse, she said, you will always be triggered by things that don't feel right. That's something you're going to have to learn to work through. So that just was validation for me to know I'm not tripping. Anything that feel off and feel right, I be super sensitive to it because I've been through many, you know, traumatic events, whether emotional or physically, mentally. So I'm very like, man, I don't owe nobody no explanation. The only thing I owe it to myself is to work on myself, is to navigate this new me. Because after, especially extreme abuse and narcissistic abuse, you are a different person. You are not the same person. And I need to navigate this new me. I need to learn myself. I need to adjust uh, my thoughts, my thinking patterns, places I go, what I handle, what I do and don't do. I'm not, do you know how much of a weight is lifted now that I have decided to just turn inwardly and work on me and, work on my relationship with God and get myself in a better space for me and my children? I don't got time to be dealing with what other people got going on. Like, girl, I don't invite you over here. You're chilling with me, and all this time you thinking 15 years ago or something, I took some shoes from you, and that you brought that up to me now, and then on top of that, you really believe that? You think I would do that? Like, listen, this is why it's nothing wrong with isolating. It may take you some time to find your tribe. It may take you some time. Trust me, because you're gonna have to filter through all the things, especially if you dealt with trauma that don't feel right, and realizing you don't have to keep, you know what I used to do? I used to feel bad sometimes if I go to McDonald's or if I go out to eat and the food wasn't really that good or I really didn't like it. I used to force myself to eat it because you know why? I used to feel like me not eating it was being ungrateful and being wasteful. Man, let me tell you something. Now, if I don't like that food, then I'll put that food in the garbage. I do not have to eat nothing that don't serve me. I do not have to eat that. Now, don't get me wrong, when it comes to God, God may take you through some things that are unpleasant and that are hard to eat, but it's for your growth, it's for your betterment. But just settling and thinking I got to take off of people whatever they want to serve me, if they want to put boo boo on the platter, that I'm feeling like if I don't just take whatever somebody give me, that I'm ungrateful, that used to really be a thought of mine. I used to literally eat food that was nasty, that I was unpleasant, just because I felt like it's people out there who got nothing to eat, and you're complaining. Nah, man, I don't gotta eat nothing that I don't, if I don't like it. If I don't like my own cooking, if I didn't do the best recipe, man, I don't gotta eat that. I could throw it out and start over. If I burnt it, I burnt it. If it's not good to the taste, it ain't good to the taste. You know, and I don't like to be wasteful when it comes to that. But I also don't have to take off anything off your plate. I don't have to take the boo boo that you serve. I don't have to take the half cooked meal that you serve or the burnt meal that you serve if it's not to my palate. If it's not something that's going to help sustain me, I don't have to eat that if it's not sustenance for me. I don't want to sit to your table if it ain't mutually beneficial or if I ain't gleaning something from you. I don't have to deal with that. And that's just what it is. And I just feel like hopefully this helps somebody.